June 19, 2009, 8:45 p.m. Four officers were dispatched to an active alarm that was both motion and heat activated. The location of the active alarm was a funeral home in a 900 block of South 14th Street. Upon arrival, officers made a complete check of the exterior areas, doors, windows, storage sheds, and garages and found all to be clear. The strange part was, I was the first of four on scene, and we all checked the front door together. And my search partner, a 20-year-old rookie, was assigned to check the front windows for security and was in sight of the front doors at all times. The front door was checked by all officers after the perimeter was secured, and it was now open and slightly ajar. We could hear the audible alarm coming from inside. Concerned, I asked the rookie if he saw anyone enter or exit, and he said he did not. The door was unlocked, which it wasn't earlier. I had my reservations to what might have caused the incident, but I was thinking happy thoughts of my job so the imagination doesn't flood the brain with strange things. God is with me, I prayed. The rookie and I started checking the front areas, while the two other officers walked down the hallway to check the rest of the building. I had an unsettling sensation that someone was watching the rookie and I, but did not say anything. The rookie finally told me that he was having a funny feeling, but I told him to try and ignore it for the time. Our guns are always drawn on interior building checks, and all officers had fresh batteries for our laser and lights on our guns. The rookie and I finished our check of the front as well as the morning and display area. I radioed the others if they had checked the basement yet, but there was no response other than radio static. The rookie looked at me with a strange look on his face, but I told him to man up because we had a job to do. He looked towards the stairs leading to the basement and just slowly shook his head side to side. Never forcing or having anyone do something I wouldn't do myself, and knowing the rookie was starting to get scared, I instructed the rookie to follow as we were going to check and clear the basement. If anyone is familiar with this building, the basement hallway has light switches at the top and at the bottom, each controlling the lights for the stairwell. At the bottom of the stairwell was another panel of switches that controlled the lights for the basement. Gun still drawn at the ready, I started down the stairs with the rookie 2 steps behind. At the bottom, I turned on the basement lights and announced officers' presence. Looking towards the right, I saw the restrooms, which we cleared, and towards the left there was an open door leading to another room, with lighting controls of its own. Rookie and I entered that room, and upon doing so, I had a chilling sense of uneasiness and heard my rookie say, "Let's just go back up, Max." Looking at the rookie, I told him, "There's no need to fear. Fear's the mind killer. Just think happy thoughts, Rook, and let's get this check done and get out of here. Stay close, rookie." I turned on the lights upon entering the large 15 by 25 feet empty room with linoleum floors. I looked and saw there was a small elevator on the other side of the room next to a pair of double doors, and I could clearly see the sign "Cooler" posted on the double doors. To the left, about halfway down, was a stairwell leading up. The stairwell lights were on as well. Rookie and I slowly started making our way towards the other side of the room, heading towards the cooler. All the hair on my body started tingling and were standing straight up. That cold sensation was now from the knees down, and it felt as though I was standing in ice-cold water that was waving up and down. The rookie was next to me now, and he says, "Max, this isn't good. My feet are getting cold." In which I responded, "You feel that too?" I continue whispering to the rookie, "I feel as though the room is full of people and they're all looking at us. And that sensation is getting closer, rookie." I took no more than 2 steps forward and the basement lights went out. Although our gun lights were super bright LED 245 lumens and had the ability to light up the entire room, all we could see with our gun lights were 10 feet in front of us, and our bright lights were slowly dying and dimming as though something was sucking up any available light emitting from our guns. I could see the lights from the stairwell, but I noticed that the light was not reflecting or shining into the basement at all, and looked as though something was preventing the light from entering the room. I kept seeing blurry shadows moving around the stairwell lights, which appeared like a haze or halo around the door. I holstered my gun and pulled out my 500 lumen LED flashlight. The rookie asked, "Max, why are you reholstering your gun?" And I responded, "Whatever it is that is in here right now is already dead, and our guns will not kill it because we can't see it. Other than knowing that our flashlights are dimming fast, we need to get to that stairwell." Rookie tells me that he sees a lot of haze around the door and asks why the light is not reflecting off the floor and not even penetrating the basement. I told the rookie to grab a hold of my gun belt and shine his light to the right while I lead us to the door of the stairwell. As soon as we reached the stairwell, our flashlights turned hot and they each popped. Our LEDs literally exploded. Needless to say, I ran up the stairs and the rookie was right behind, but it felt like we were running for eternity as I hear him yell out, "Where's the top, Max?" I yelled for him to not look back, and just then I saw the wall on the other side of the door at the top of the stairwell, and we both ran straight into the wall, right in front of the other two officers who were sitting on the ground exhausted. Lance, a good officer and friend, said, "Max, we radioed you guys to not check the basement and meet us here first. But when there was no response, we went into the basement and we just got up here 2 minutes ago. We had to run back up the stairs and it felt like we were running on a treadmill. We did see you two go down the stairs on the other side 15 minutes ago. And we were coming down to assist after there was no response from you guys after numerous radio checks. What the f just happened to us down there? We heard faint moaning, groaning, and saw lots of strange, raggedy-looking people walking around you two. And why the hell did the lights from the stairwell not reflect or shine into the basement?" Just then, we heard a voice getting closer and a figure appeared, as if it just materialized out of nowhere. "Good evening, officers. I didn't mean to startle you guys, but I'm the key holder for this funeral home. Is everything okay? All four of you look tired. Is everything clear? Hopefully you didn't exhaust yourselves too much from checking the place. If you officers would like to join me, I would like to check the basement myself, but would feel much better if I had some company." All four of us stood up and turned towards the basement stairwell. Prior to heading back down, I radioed dispatch to let them know that the key holder had just arrived on scene. There was a long pause on the radio, which was strange, because the dispatch center seldom takes longer than 10 seconds to respond. Then, the dispatcher finally responds. "We just spoke to the key holder and she was pulling into the parking lot now. Could you verify if 2 key holders responded?" Just then, upon hearing that the key holder would be a female, officers turned toward the guy that made contact with us just a few seconds ago. What we all saw was a smoky mist slowly dissipating down the hallway. The front door slowly opened and a female's voice announced herself and asked if she could come inside. After verifying all information with dispatch, I noticed a photo was hanging on the wall at the entrance. I asked the real key holder who the man in the photo was. She informed us that the man in the photo was the original owner of the funeral home and he died quite some time ago. I never liked going to the basement alone. It always gives me chills. I always get the feeling someone was watching me. After taking the report and the key holder resets the alarms, which according to the control panel were motion and heat sensors in the basement, myself and the other 3 officers stood around outside to share our strange encounters, which were almost identical. But we then heard a tap, tap, tap coming from the front main window. As we all turned to look, we saw the same man, the original owner, waving at us, and standing behind him were faint figures that looked like several people, and they each had a sinister smirk when they waved and smiled at the 4 of us. I turned and quickly walked away without saying anything. The rookie asked if I was going to call this in. My response? "This shit. I'm going to the park in front of the church and pray." We all drove to the Lutheran church on the north side of town, and there we shared our experiences we each had with the rest of the group. Our biggest question? What if we had not radioed dispatch about the key holder? And what if we would have just went back into the basement with that guy? Just retelling this incident gives me the creeps. If you have gotten this far, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know if you enjoy this kind of content and would like to see more. I'll still try to make videos discussing Hmong history and traditions when I can, and nonetheless, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you.